Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Now tuned into the greatest.
So when that bag come, I won't fumble. I'm just stacking on the low, but hey, I'm tired of being humble. Let me get to it. That motivation music. Get control of your life. Don't let nobody else do it. Cause when I gon' have Metro S550s cruising. Feel like you winning on the ground.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago, to your speakers and headphones. And you know I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast. So if you hear something you agree with, or you disagree with, you like or you dislike, or if you just want to get a hot take off, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So I don't know about you, but go ahead, create that account and go to one of these Tigers games since my boy's been on fire, you know. Hey, or check out the Cubs too, because the Cubs really been lighting it up also. So, I mean, yeah, definitely check out the baseball season, concerts, all of that stuff. It works. Anyway, man, I brought you out here for a bigger reason. And the bigger reason is, so we just witnessed the Thunder. They whopped the Wolves and got the Wolves up out of there in 5 games. It was a shameful performance. But, you know, it's important to establish some things. And it's a couple different aspects of this series and these teams that we'll talk about. But the first things first here is, yes, OKC is a good team. You'll never hear me argue that they're not a good team. I'll give them their respect. They're a wonderful team, solid defensive team. They play crazy amount of defense, and then offensively, not bad at all. Can shoot, can distribute, obviously with SGA being the leader. I want to give them credit, and I want to set the tone first off by letting everybody know out there, I understand Oklahoma City is a good basketball team. I understand they're dominant, they're young, they're nice. However, the Minnesota Timberwolves 1,000% made the Oklahoma City Thunder look way better than what they actually are. Before everybody starts saying it's the best team ever assembled, and before people start saying this team is the best in the league by far, no matter who they had to play, they run it through everybody in the playoffs. All right, I need you to take a chill pill just a little bit, because we're not about to do that. And let's be honest here, and let's go back to the very beginning before the playoffs even started. Obviously, the Wolves, they barely even made the playoffs, to be fair. Not going to discredit the Wolves, and I don't want to discredit the Thunder in any type of way of them beating the Wolves in 5 games, but it looked like a team that barely made the playoffs in the first place. I think people got a little hyped that the Wolves beat the Warriors, and then they said, oh, okay, well, Ant-Man's back in the conference finals. He's going to do what he did last year. He's going to ball out, and he laid out a stinker. He stunk it up in the conference finals. And then you had Julius Randle, who was Mr. Turnover and stinking it up out there. You had 2 star players on the Minnesota Timberwolves that were leading their team in turnovers. So you can sit here and say, yeah, OKC is good, OKC is good. But this wasn't just this series. Last series, Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards were not playing good. Well, Julius Randle, he decided to turn into Steph Curry himself. I don't know where that came from at all. But Anthony Edwards ain't played good in that Warriors season. The Wolves didn't play good in that Warriors series. So them getting to the next level, playing Oklahoma City, who's a good defensive team as is, like, Yeah, of course they took advantage of it. And then even if you go back to where, you look at the Thunder and Denver Nuggets series here, this is kind of where you start to see some of the layers peel, because when Denver was healthy and they were a full team before Aaron Gordon got hurt, I don't like to use injuries as an excuse, but when Denver was healthy, they were giving OKC the business. The series could have went either way. Credit to OKC, they finished it out, ended up winning the game in 7 games, smacked them up in 7 games in that game 7, the last one. But above all, when they faced a complete team, it was different from when you had to worry about only one player completely dominating. They shut down the one player every series that they played against. And when it was just Jokic and Gordon was hurt and Porter was doing whatever the hell he was doing, they blitzed the hell out of Jokic and made sure he couldn't really get to his spots and couldn't do anything. You look at the series with the Timberwolves, it was a similar situation. They blitzed the hell out of Anthony Edwards. Anytime he tried to drive, everybody collapsed on him, and he had nowhere to work from. He had no space to actually get into a rhythm and make something happen. And a lot of people are going to sit here and say, well, hey, if he's a star, he needs to get it going. Somehow find a way. I think he will at some point. But again, credit to OKC. That's a tough defense. But above all, I think it's important before people start saying, oh, well, the Wolves, they just got smacked by the best team ever in the world. Before people start really blowing this out of proportion on how good the Thunder are, yes, they're a good team, I think it is important that you remember, first round, they played the Memphis Grizzlies, got them out of there. They played the Denver Nuggets, who was a solid team, took it to 7 games, could have went either way. They did close it out. Congrats to them. But they played a Minnesota Timberwolves that had one more win than the Memphis Grizzlies. So I know it's the conference finals. It's supposed to be the best 2 teams in the Western Conference, but we did not see the best 2 teams in the Western Conference. We've seen one team that was better than the Memphis Grizzlies, 1 game better than the Memphis Grizzlies, who was a play-in team. So I know they got Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, and we expected so much from them, but they were not there all season. Toward the end of the season, they just so happened to get into the playoffs and get into contention where they didn't have to go to the play-in series, and then they get in the playoffs and win a couple series, which is dope for them. But we ain't gonna sit here and act like OKC is the best team that's ever assembled, man. And I also got to mention too, I'm going to break down why I think so many people dislike the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I'm not just saying so many people. I'm also including myself, because I'll own up to it, man. I guess you can consider me a Thunder hater or an SGA hater, whatever. I'll own that title, bro. I'll be Skip Bayless to SGA like how he was with LeBron. I'm cool with that. I'm content with that. But I think that the most important thing, and the reason why I personally don't really like SGA or this Oklahoma City Thunder team, is because I'm despite what you may see on the internet, including this video, Oklahoma City Thunder is led by a soft star, bro. I'm sorry. SGA is soft to me. Yes, he can be tough. He can have these moments where it's like, oh, he's a savage, whatever. But SGA is soft to me. Any player who has to heavily rely on foul calls to get home points, when you're constantly looking to draw a foul, constantly looking to draw contact and get the ref to blow a whistle, rather than focusing on actually scoring the ball and shooting the ball, you lost my respect. I'm sorry. You lost my respect right then and there. Because yes, we've had people in the past who tried to foul bait and who did foul bait. Hell, Wade, Kobe, Mike, KD, Bron, all of these guys have foul baited at some point. But it's a difference when you're trying to actually score the ball and draw the foul, and you're just trying to draw the foul. With SGA, I see him just try to draw the foul and not even worry about scoring way too many times. And that's why it bothers the hell out of me. And that's why I'm like, no, he's soft for that. I can't respect that type of game, bro. James Harden used to do the same thing. And a lot of people going to say, oh, well, y'all never gave James Harden hell about it. Who didn't? Go look at the film. Go back and look. 2017, 2018. I was on James Harden as the same exact way. It's soft to me when stars rely on the foul call rather than actually even trying to score the ball. When it's cool if you're drawing fouls, whatever. And let me show you some examples too. Anybody on a live stream, you'll see it. If you're on a pod version, you probably won't see it. You just got to tap into the live stream. But I got examples with me today. So, oh yeah, we on this. No, I was prepared, because I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about When I say all of the foul baiting, you're not even attempting to try to score the ball, but yet you're only looking for a whistle on your offensive game. I cannot respect that. To me, that's soft. Jalen Brunson does this. Harden was lethal at doing this. Grabbing somebody's arm, slapping yourself in the face. When you isn't the objective to score the ball? Why the hell what are you doing? So I can't respect it. I can't respect that. And it bothers the hell out of me. So let's look at some examples. If you're on a live stream, let's look at these examples here. Because Exhibit 1, look, this was the most recent one. And I'm not going to play the volume because, again, I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to get caught up. But just look at this. Now, of course, the volume comes on. Of course, the volume comes on. Look at this right here. Look at the slow-mo. SGA literally tripped over his own feet and got a whistle. Come on, bro. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? How is this a foul? Someone please explain to me how this is a foul. This is like why I have, a tough time respecting SGA. And he's extremely talented. Please don't get it mixed up. He's a great offensive player, and that makes me even more upset that SGA resorts to foul baiting and trying to draw contact rather than actually trying to score the ball. So that's what makes it 10 times more frustrating, is because he is such an offensively sound player. Like, bro, you don't need to do that. Like, you have a post game. You got handles. You can get to anywhere you want to on the floor. He's a tremendous offensive player. So seeing stuff like this is just insane. Like, look at this here. The Anthony Edwards example. Getting pressed full court, obviously stuck a little bit. And then as soon as he feels some contact from Anthony Edwards' chest, throw the ball up. Don't even try and aim at the rim. Literally just throw the ball up. And I can't respect that. It's lame to me. And I know it's the game now. Oh, well, you got to get to the line. You got to score. If you can draw a foul and do this and do that, then that's cool. But look at this example with Dwayne Wade here. And this is why I even bring this up, because look at this example of Dwayne Wade. He's still trying to score the ball. It's a difference from foul baiting and drawing a foul to, it's that difference. Yeah, from foul baiting and drawing a foul, it's a complete difference. 1,000%. What we're seeing right here with Dwayne Wade, this is drawing a foul. He's getting a defender in the air on his shot and then shooting the ball, still trying to actually score the ball and still trying to put the ball in the hoop, whether it's a foul or call or not, whether the ref blow the whistle or not. Either way, he's trying to put the ball in the hoop. When you see stuff like this from SGA, come on, man. Grabbing his hand, you're not trying to put the ball in a hoop, bro. Look at this. You're not trying to put the ball in a hoop. You grabbing his arm, trying to get the refs to see that you grab his arm in a loop. Like, come on, man. That's just, it's not it. Like, this is just insane. And for anybody, and let's make this even more clear. Let's make this abundantly clear. For anybody who don't know the difference, maybe you don't know the difference between foul baiting and drawing a foul, but basketball for dummies 101. This is the difference between drawing a foul and foul baiting. This is the difference right here. You see what Dwayne Wade is doing in this clip where he's getting the defender in the air, got him on his feet, drawing a foul, still actively trying to score the ball, still actively trying to put the ball in a hoop. Whether it was a whistle or not, he's still putting the ball in the hoop. But this right here, you're grabbing the defender. Look at this. He grabbed his arm looking for a foul. He did it twice in this video. That's foul baiting. Another example of foul baiting. Here, Jalen Brunson, the king. What are you doing? Foul baiting. The objective is to play basketball. Go put the ball in a hoop if you're trying to score. Why are you grabbing somebody else's arm, slapping yourself? What are we doing? Another example here. SGA getting locked up full court. Getting pressed, feels some contact, and immediately throws the ball in the air. This is a foul baiting call. That's a foul baiting call. That's foul baiting. It's lame. Right here, trip over his own feet. Dives on the floor. Referee, oh, he's hurt. Blow the whistle. Get him to the free throw line. Like, what are we doing here? So this is what makes me so upset about SGA and what makes me so upset about the Thunder, because he has a tremendous offensive game. Why are you still trying to grab people and just resort to getting a foul call rather than actually scoring the ball? Stuff like this. What are we doing? What do we do? This is a prime James Harden example. He taught SGA everything he learned about foul baiting. Right here. Why the objective is to score. Why are you grabbing a defender's arm? This is just insane. So I can't stand behind this, man. And it truly, truly, truly does bother the hell out of me. And I think all of this flopping stuff, all of the foul baiting, it has to come to an end. And look, I'll jump into, I don't want to dwell on it because I can genuinely talk about this all day. I can go on and on about foul baiting and how it's ruining the game and all of that. But to end all of the foul baiting stuff, to end all of the flopping stuff, just put that stuff to an end. Give out some technical fouls for it. Give out some fines for it. And that would just shorten up all of that stuff. I know the NBA at one point suggested that flopping is going to be a technical foul, but they didn't really enforce it. No, I need them to enforce, if you're flopping, technical foul, you get fined this much. And at that point, hey, continue to flop, you're going to hurt your team at that point. And it's like that would solve all of the offensive flopping, all of the defensive flopping, trying to just foul bait and get these whistles, bro, because it's lame. That's not basketball. That's not basketball. Because ask yourself, if you look at any of those clips that I just played, any of those clips that I bring up, if you go play basketball anywhere and somebody calls that a foul, you know, you're going to be upset, right? You're going to say, oh, you're soft. Why? That's not a foul. I barely touched you. That's going to be the first thing somebody says. If you're playing defense on anybody, you go to a gym and they call a foul after doing exactly what SGA did. No, you're going to say they're soft and you need to get off the floor. What sport are you playing? So I don't know, man. That's how I look at that. It's a deeper issue. I'm gonna wrap up because I'm not gonna stay on that part the whole time. There's more I want to talk about. So we'll do that. We'll take a quick break and then we'll jump into it. And mind you, this is the live stream, so check us out on YouTube if you are listening podcast version. You know, YouTube at The Run Podcast, TikTok at The Run Podcast, Instagram at The Run Podcast. And look, we got another segment here because I guess I could just, you know, whatever. So, just need a sip of water. You see it on the live stream, you'll see it on the pod, whatever. Anyway, so I guess a lot of people are upset that, you know, now it's some small market teams in the NBA Finals here, or allegedly going to be in the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks haven't necessarily lost the conference finals just yet. However, they are down 3-1, so it's very likely that they are going to lose. Not many teams have ever come back from 3-1 in the playoffs. So it's very likely that the Indiana Pacers are going to advance to the NBA Finals and play the Oklahoma City Thunder. People are complaining. They're like, man, we got these whack teams out of nowhere. Oklahoma City, Indiana Pacers. What the hell? Two terrible cities are matching up in the NBA Finals. What type of big matchup and big game is this supposed to be? To me, anybody who's upset about this matchup between the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, you clearly just don't like basketball as much as you thought. If you're thinking, oh, we need a Celtics and Lakers matchup in order for the finals to be good, then you're casual. You're casual. And that's cool, bro. If you're casual, you're casual. You don't like basketball that much, and you don't like the actual quality of the game. Because right now, both of these teams coming from the East and West, Thunder and Pacers, the quality of the game is going to be amazing in the finals. So if you think that it's going to be bad, or if you're disliking these matchups, oh yeah, you're casual. You're casual, and that's cool. Basketball 101 for casuals. That's it. And I'm going to educate you. Hey, it is what it is. I'm glad you came. I'm glad I get to take this opportunity to go over, you know, a casual and explain what it really is. Because if we were to get a Lakers and a Celtics, two kind of trash teams, we only watch them for stardom. Neither play better quality basketball than Oklahoma City Thunder or the Indiana Pacers right now. So, I think that is extremely important, one, to understand. And then I think, two, fans got to choose, and mainstream media has to choose whether they want to be impressed by the big markets or the actual quality of basketball. Because one year, We hear, oh man, I would love for, a team to just win a homegrown championship. We've dwelled on that for so long, and we've put these homegrown championships on such a high pedestal where Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Kobe, Jordan, and all these other guys who've won, especially in recent time, Giannis and Nikola Jokic, we claim that these have more weight, but yet when teams get an opportunity to do that, we're looking left and right and saying this is going to be a terrible finals. This is not going to be a good matchup. So what are we really doing here? We're going in circles around. It tells me that if I'm hearing this from people, then you just genuinely don't really like basketball. You don't actually care about the product and the quality of what they do on the floor when they're playing a game. You just want to see big stars on big stages. And that's cool if that's the case. But like I said, you're just a casual fan. And nothing is wrong with that. However, that's not always going to be the case. If anything, the NBA needs to highlight this even more and let people know that it's a good quality of basketball that we are about to expect in the NBA Finals. If there's two teams that people don't know much about, Oklahoma City Thunder, Indiana Pacers, for example, it's probably going to be the matchup. Why aren't we exploiting these markets even more? Why aren't we giving people more education on who's on this team of the Pacers and who's all on the team of the Oklahoma City Thunder? Because if people know more about it, then they'll actually care. They'll be more invested. But if you're going to sit here and just complain and say, oh, well, this guy, only if he was in the finals right now, it would be so much better. Or only if this team was in the finals, it'd be so much better. Like, no, mainstream media has to do a better job at creating these narratives. They got to do a better job also, too, at making sure that people understand the quality of basketball is going to be good. Because I can tell you right now, it's no reason that the NBA Finals should be going on, and yet people are still talking about offseason trades of if this team is going to rebuild and what the New York team is going to do, Boston team is going to do, and Lakers going to do. Why is that a conversation when the NBA Finals is going on and you can exploit all these different stories and all these different storylines that you can form and inform people about? So, it's weird to me, but it's one of them things where it's like, mainstream media ain't gonna get it right. Ain't gonna get it right, man. And I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's clearly already taking too damn long. I'll put it that way. Other than that, man, look, I'm gonna leave y'all on a positive note here. And, the positive note is gonna be super simple here. It's just gonna be, enjoy the time you have, man. Just remain present, be present, because, sometimes we go through the motions of whatever it is on a daily basis, and we don't really understand how special that is. So just enjoy the time of where you are. Enjoy being present, because when it's done and over, whatever stage you're in your life, when it's done and over, you're going to look at it and be like, damn, if only I could do that again. Or, you know what, that was actually kind of fun. So this is why I just say stay present and just enjoy the present moment of wherever you are in life, bro. So that's a positive note for today. Try and always say something that resonates with myself as well. But no, man, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your voicemail back. Especially, I want to hear all your thoughts and takes on, the big market type of stuff and the NBA Finals matchup that's coming up, especially any offseason madness that's happening too. Obviously, football stuff has been shaping up. It's very slow, though. Very slow. Very slow. Other than that, man, that's all I got for y'all. So I appreciate you for tuning in, of course. And other than that, man, what we got? Oh, shit, it's the weekend. It's the weekend for a lot of y'all. All right, bet. So we'll be back Monday. I hope y'all had a good Memorial Day. That's why you only get one episode this week. But we'll be back Monday, man. And so on and so on and so on.